Germany is one step closer to ending its reliance on Russian gas after a huge ship containing liquefied natural gas arrived at the port of Wilhelmshaven on the North Sea. It's a key part of the infrastructure that will allow the processing of the fuel to take place. Germany is counting on LNG as an alternative to the natural gas it used to receive via pipeline from Russia.
The ship's name, Hög Esperanza, alludes to hope. This LNG floating terminal is expected to supply 6% of Germany's annual gas consumption. That's big given the country's dire need for alternatives to Russian energy exports.
In a few months, we've managed to establish Germany's first liquefied gas terminal. It's a process that otherwise takes 5 to 6 years.
The terminal will convert liquefied natural gas into gas and also serve as a storage facility. Meanwhile, Russia is looking to other partners to replace buyers in the EU.
An important step to reduce the impact of sanctions and other hostile actions against Russia will be the development of port and pipeline infrastructure in the south and east, including increasing the export of natural gas.
Russia is looking east and south, while the west turns elsewhere. The new terminal marks a milestone for Germany in finding alternatives to Russian energy. And it's a sign the EU and Russia are drifting further apart.
For more, we can talk to energy expert Henning Gleustein. Henning, how significant is the terminal at Wilhelmshaven in Germany's attempt to end its dependence on Russian gas?
Thank you. It's very significant. I mean, you heard that it doesn't actually replace all of the Russian gas, but it is one of 3 terminals, regasification terminals, that will be coming online in Germany within the next couple of weeks. So this matters. And if on top of that you take into account the German gas consumption has been reduced as people and industries have become more aware, this is a huge step. And on top of that, there are similar efforts across Europe which have helped Germany this year to import natural gas from neighbors like Belgium, France, the Netherlands, to reduce its Russian dependency. In fact, the Hög Esperanza that's just arrived is carrying LNG from Spain. So it's a massive step, and it's a remarkable achievement, as your film just showed. It's happened in a few months, which normally takes about half a decade.
Henning, you mentioned Spain just there, but who else will be supplying Germany's LNG? And couldn't this lead to other problems of energy dependence, as was the case with Russia?
Yeah, for sure. And in fact, that gas mentioned from Spain was initially imported from elsewhere. Most of the LNG that Germany will be receiving through these terminals, through this one and the other ones that are upcoming, will be from the United States, but also upcoming from Qatar and pretty much any supply around the world that has spare capacity to send to Germany. That will mean prices will remain high. And there is, of course, a dependency emerging here on a ship market that Germany prior to this crisis didn't have. But of course, in this situation, Germany can't choose. This is a necessity now, and the necessity has created a new reality. But it's an achievement for now, but it costs a lot of money and it creates new dependencies for sure.
It is really cold in Germany right now, and there have been some warnings that the country is using up its gas storage too fast. Is that a legitimate concern?
Yes, it is cold. It's even cold here in the UK. So it is a bit of a concern, but for this to become a major problem for Germany, for instance, it would have to stay pretty much as cold as it is now, so around -10 degrees centigrade, for the rest of winter. That is until March next year. If that happens, then German storages will be depleted to a level that the grid agency, the Bundesnetzagentur, will have to intervene. The likelihood, meteorologists tell us, is extremely low that it stays so cold for the next 2.5 months. It's much more likely that even if it stays relatively cold, that a few milder days allow storages to not be withdrawn at current pace. So I remain cautiously optimistic that severe shortages in Germany can be avoided this winter.
I'll take cautious optimism. Henning Gleustein, thank you so much.
Thank you.